So I just got to the library. It's about 2:30. No, it's 2:35. Just got here, by the way. So there was a fake shooting one day that closed. One day it was closed when I got here, and they didn't say why. I just got here again. Now it's closed. Literally, I just got here. I was going up the stairs here to go to the computers. And then again, right, it's perfect timing. So I had this phone stolen. Last time I made a video when I left the library, I went from the library all the way to Ellis Street, which is where Glide is. Anyways, I had done that, and they stole my phone that night. Because I got a lot of stuff on video. It was an hour-long video. I never got a chance to post it to YouTube. They stole my phone. But in any case, I'm surprised they did that. You know why? Because they could have concocted the normal excuse they'll do, which is just to get me out of here by myself. But they didn't do that. But they could have. They could have done that. But they will go all out, by the way. This is not like they'll send the fire department. They'll do all that rigmarole. And it totally makes me look crazy, making these sort of accusations, right? Totally makes me seem crazy. But you have to understand that what's happening represents a national organized criminal conspiracy. It's just treason and traitorous right-wing bullshit. And so I'm going to do another one of these, I guess, and just be like, this is what's happening here in San Francisco at our wonderful, wonderful library. You got some people looking like they're waiting, maybe that it's going to be over soon and maybe they can get to go back in. I mean, why are we waiting outside, right? But we got people waiting out here just like chilling, like, it'll be over soon and we can go back in, I guess. Or maybe they're waiting for the bus. Is there a bus stop here? Nope, that's a passenger loading sign up there. It's not a bus stop. But, people just hanging out like it's, like it'll open soon, right? So, like, I'll waste my time walking all the way back and then it'll just, like, open again or so. What do you think? 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 Huh? What do you think? I don't know. You make up your own minds. Make up your own minds. But there's it's good to see some of these people getting off the streets and going to the library and reading a book or two, advancing their horizons, increasing their ability to get a job one day and be a productive member of society, that whole thing. Picking themselves up by their own bootstraps, so to speak, instead of relying on handouts from the state. Right. So, this is, by the way, this is 8th Street. That's Market. Market's a pretty big sort of thoroughfare. They got streetcars that go up and down Market Street. I don't know if you can see it if we're going too fast for you. But I mean, like I said, it totally sounds paranoid if I'm going to say like, hey, I'm gonna close this whole library because it's happened so many times. It happened in LA too. It's not like this is the I'm just the first time it's happened. Unfortunately, I can't document everything because they've hacked my Dropbox account. They truncated a lot of videos. They didn't delete them all. They truncated them. I had videos that were like 1 gig, 2 gigs in size. Next thing I know, they're like 20 megs in size. They just truncated them because they're fucking evil. And this guy thinks it's funny, right? And they do shit like that. This is what I'm saying. So if they'll do stuff like that, this is what I want to report on, because people need to know there are people who, by the way, when they hear this, if they ever get to see this video on, say, on YouTube, which they probably won't, but if they ever did, were able to see it, there are people who are going to know 100% everything I'm saying is true, but they'll deny it. And then there's going to be people who just like, there's no way that's possible. And that would have been me like 14 months ago. There's like, get the heck out of here. There's no way that's possible. What you're saying is completely impossible. But now I'm living in that world. Well, I'm seeing that world, that side of the world for the first time. And unfortunately, it is totally possible. It's totally actually real. It totally happens. And I'd like to explain to you more about how all that works and who's involved. And then maybe, well, 6 minutes, 22 seconds so far into this video. Oh, by the way, it's October 24th. It's Friday. 2025 is the year. I'm going to set this phone down just for a short while. I've got nothing really better to do right now. I don't have any more errands I can run because, well, this library is closed. And I was going to go to this place on Ellis Street. They're already closed. They closed at 2 o'clock, which is about 35 or 40 minutes ago. I can't go there. And there was something else I was going to maybe do. I contemplated, but I said, no, I'll wait. I'll just wait. It's because it'll probably fail anyways. I'm trying to do this other thing because I'm not in a hurry at this point. Yeah, we got everybody here just waiting as if, this fire emergency thing is going to go away. And but I just want you guys to get a look-see about all our friends around here. Yep. It's just another normal day. And just keep in mind all the backpacks. There's a lot of backpacks that tend to always face me. They always seem to kind of, a lot of backpacks. So. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. They're going to put plants and they go, oh, look, he's got him on video and all this bullshit. Fuck you people. You're all going to burn, by the way, because if I'm the olive tree in Revelations, it could be totally delusional, of course, I'm sure. But a delusional person wouldn't contemplate that he's possibly delusional, I don't think. Wouldn't admit, say, it's a possibility, because I'm a reasonable, rational, logical person. However, there's so many weird things that have happened. It really does things do start to look after a time like there's a supernatural force at work. Now, don't get me wrong. There's things that they will do to try to convince me that there's supernatural forces at work that are baloney. They do this stuff on purpose and it's not real. But there's things that only I know about that they don't know about that do seem supernatural. So put it that way. And then you always got to watch I'll try to make this observation one time, and then in the future you'll just have to notice it yourself. Phones will tend to be in the hand when they pass me that's closest to me, or they'll be pointing to me, and they'll have these. They have these phones. Sometimes they're thicker than normal phones. Oftentimes, like the thickness of the phones, literally the actual thickness will be significantly thicker, as if they were made 10 years ago, right? And they carry reservoirs of a type of for lack of a better word, poison. Now these could be like either anti or histamine triggers, or they could be some type of like a electrolyte imbalancer that'll screw up your electrolytes, make you dehydrated, make your skin flush, um, make your make your veins and capillaries contract. Things of this nature is what I think this poison does. Um, but in terms of the stuff, and not in everybody, but in some people's backpacks, they'll have these acoustic sound devices that can operate concealed. They never even have to take them out of their backpacks, and they can see through the material. They can operate basically under remote control. And these thermoses too are suspect. People carry these thermoses on their backs or on their person. Highly suspect. You'll see people with masks. You'll see the people that are dispensing that stuff. Oftentimes they will be wearing masks because they're worried about their own safety while they're dispensing these poisons. These people. Now he's got a very good fitting mask. This one right here. What? Fine. Backpacks and more backpacks. So, anyways, and I see a lot of the same faces, not at the library. I mean, all over San Francisco, I'll start seeing the same faces. So, if you ever do get to see these videos, because like I said, they will take my videos and they will hack them and truncate them, even on my Dropbox account. And because they're criminals and they know they need to cover their tracks. That's what criminals do. They're going to cover their tracks, these people. Here's another guy with a backpack. And a lot of these backpacks you'll see are new. They have these, these impoverished looking, potentially homeless looking people will have brand new backpacks, all of them. But, backpacks, it's not like they're super expensive, but you know what I mean. It's just a little bit of a contrast. Sometimes you'll see them with these backpacks. I gotta be careful with my battery here. They know my they also know my battery power and my storage capacity on these phones. So I'm not gonna record too much more, but yeah, he's making his little hand signals. Could have been just for random, right? Or it could have been directed. You never know. Guys, check out the tats. A lot of tats. And I don't care if I seem a little off, a little kooky, whatever. They can't say that I'm not ranting and raving. You might say that the issues that I'm raising sound completely impossible and completely, crazy or something like that. But I'm not acting crazy in terms of my demeanor or anything like that. So just a note, something to note. If they try to say, oh, look, he's crazy, he's lost his mind. Well, look, it's been 14 months I've been dealing with these people at this point. And I'll get into it over time. I'm going to try to transition more into, it's difficult because I want to work my project, my Sci-Fi Command, my space simulation that's built on my Keystone Game Blocks framework that's on GitHub. I recently just uploaded it all back on GitHub, by the way. I got locked out of I had github.com/walks with God was my last GitHub, my first and last GitHub, my first and previous GitHub. And now my current one, because I got locked out of it with two-factor authentication, my phone number used to be 213-364-5885. That phone got stolen, and I got locked out because of two-factor authentication, and they would not let me get my phone number back. These people will not let me get my phone number back. And now they say it's too late to get my phone number back. And my current phone, what I have right now, this just replaced another phone that got stolen about 10 days ago. I had another cheap Obama phone stolen that no thief would really want because you can't make any money. You can't make money selling these things, not really. They're just cheap Obama phones. And so that phone got stolen because I had this video I told you about that I made from the library all the way to the library to this way, Ellis Street. So you go make a left here, you go down Market, take a left on Taylor up to Ellis. Basically, that's where you go. And that night they stole this phone, or that phone. And so I have this phone now that I finally got yesterday, I believe. Yeah, no, 2 days ago I think I got this phone. And I've been wasting a lot of time, unfortunately, trying to set it all up, get everything back to a comfortable place where I've got the stuff I need to work on that's downloaded onto this phone, and from off of my backups, my USB sticks and stuff like that. And they also managed, it seems like they deleted stuff off my USB stick. I knew I shouldn't have put it back into one of these phones, but it's difficult. It's very difficult because even if it's a library computer and you use their USB ports, they're going to hack it. I mean, we're talking, if you understand the nature of what I'm saying, national organized criminal conspiracy, if you understand the nature of that, then they can do pretty much anything. But I would tell you this, though. Because they have the capacity and capability, they can do this to anyone. And they are doing this to anyone and everyone they want. Keep that in mind. Doesn't matter who you are. If they're interested, to just say, hey, let's see what's on this person's computer. Or, hey, let's just see, this guy's a political activist, or this guy's he's a, I don't know, he looks like he might be a rising star in some Black Lives Matter movement. We're going to just see what we can find on this guy. They'll do it. And they'll do that shit first, and then they'll come up with reasons to justify it after the fact and pretend that they didn't do it until they had a reason to. They'll do all kinds of shit. That's just so fuck Windows, Apple. You got to go Linux, and you got to basically be offline. You cannot have your computer connected to the internet. If you do have one that's connected to the internet, it's got to be one that you don't care that it gets hacked, because it will get hacked, because it's impossible to stop these backdoors that exist in routers that you get, or any type of hardware you get. It's going to be compromised, totally, guaranteed. And this is part of what I'm wanting to report. Everything's going to be compromised. So this is what I mean. National organized criminal conspiracy. Who knows how long it's been going on, but I know it's gotten worse under Trump, I suspect, and the maggots that are in his administration, and that whole mindset. But yeah, so I gotta stop this video though, because they'll be content for me to waste my battery and not be able to have any charge left towards the end of the day here today. So I'm gonna stop this video at 17 minutes 35 seconds. It is Friday. Next video, maybe I'm gonna start doing recordings of just audio, and because that way my video will last, my battery capacity will last a lot longer if I just start doing some audio recordings. Because I do these talks from time to time like this. But this one is much more random because I wasn't expecting to come out here and have this fake fire alarm situation here at the library. But basically, I'm just gonna start using the microphone only, because then I can record for hours and hours and hours and not have to worry about battery, not have to worry about storage. So keep that in mind. I'll do that. That's something I haven't done a lot of, and I'll try to get into that more and more and see how that goes. All right, 18 minutes 32 seconds. It is Friday. It is Friday, October 24th, 2025. It's about nearing 3 o'clock p.m. Bye. In San Francisco. Bye.